Why are you watching me? Aloha. I'm here in Hawaii and I want to tell you about Maverick moneymakers. My wife bought into the program, as apparently about 65% of Maverick's customers are women, so it's not unusual. But there's some things that Maverick tells you. He leaves some things out, and there's things he doesn't tell you that greatly concern me. So I wanted to talk to you about, just give you some examples of what's really involved in the Maverick program. For first example, I want to talk to you about making $500. Now, if Maverick tells you, hey, look, here's a ClickBank check for $500. You can make $500 a month. Here's what he doesn't tell you. Or he tells you, but he doesn't tell you in the total. So you get a check for $500, but you get to keep all that? I don't think so. Let me show you what happens to that. In order to get the $500 in the first place, you're going to have to sell, say, 20 products at $50 each. So 20 times 50 is $1,000. And on a 50% commission, yes, you would get a check for $500, right? Well, not exactly. You see, there's a company called ClickBank who does your banking, and they take 9.5% about. So you're looking at $100 off of your $1,000 in sales. $900 times 50% is $450. So your ClickBank check is going to say $450. Is that good? Well, it's okay. So what happens next is that in order for you to make 20 sales using Google's AdWords, you're going to have to get about 700 clicks, maybe more. That means that 700 people are going to have to click on your ad and go to the link. And so out of those 700, well, let's go back to the 700. One of the figures that Mac recommends is 25 cents a click, or 27 cents actually. So if you have to pay for 700 clicks at 25 cents, that's $280. Now you have to pay for that if you don't sell anything, or if you get clicks or whatever. You're probably going to get some sales, but you're going to have to pay that $280 before you ever get any money, probably from ClickBank. Well, okay. So what does that leave you with? Well, you take your $450, your check, you deduct your $280 in AdWords, and you have $170. Okay, that's a big jump from 500 to 170, right? Okay, then you got to pay Maverick is $97, right? Okay, that leaves you with $73. And of course, when you first sign up for AdWords, you have to pay a $5 sign-up fee. Mac says it's free, but it's not. That leaves you with $68 plus your $10 or more domain fees. Now you're at $58. And then something real scary happens. ClickBank reports that $450 as income to the IRS. Now, if you don't have a lot of expertise working with profit and loss statements and other tax forms, doing your own taxes, you could very easily get a bill from the IRS for $225. And the other option might be, if you don't know much about taxes, is to hire an accountant. So that might be $50 or more a month. So you're looking at maybe going from $500 to minus hundreds. So you have to be very careful when you get involved in this. So a lot of you are saying, I'm not going to make $500 a month. I'm going to make the big money that Mac was talking about. Okay, well, I'm glad we both brought that up. Let's say Mac shows you a ClickBank check for $10,000. Okay, well, we already know the tax thing, right? So figure putting aside $5,000 for taxes. Hopefully you won't have to pay all that, but if you don't have any deductions, you could very well pay very close to that much money out of the $10,000. And ClickBank doesn't take that out, but they do report to the IRS that they paid you $10,000. So the IRS knows about it right away. Okay, so now you have this $5,000, but remember, you advertised on AdWords, so guess what? In order to make that $10,000, you had to have about 7,000 clicks at about a quarter each. that comes to $2,800. That's pretty hard to swallow, right? You got to pay that when it's due. You don't get any breaks on that. They take it out $50 at a chunk. Okay, so that leaves you with $2,200, and don't forget Mavericks, 97 bucks. So that leaves you with $2,103. Well, we went from $10,000 to $2,103 very quickly and easily, and I mean it's pretty hard to debate. Of course, there's a couple shortcuts. I mean, you don't have to advertise in Google AdWords. Maverick shows you some other tricks to do, so you could save that $2,800 maybe, but you're going to have a hard time getting around the taxes unless you really know how to utilize a profit and loss statement, and you know how to get all of your deductions. And that's possible. I mean, you can get around some of that, but you do have to pay your taxes. And you want to consider that your time and your other expenses. You have a computer, you have your network charges, internet access, just the obvious things. So I broke it down. You make $2,100. You spend 3 hours a day like Mac recommends. 30 days is 90 hours. That comes out to a little less than $25 an hour. So if that's satisfactory for you, you're just sitting at home not doing anything, watching TV, and you want to make $25 an hour, you better take this very seriously, because if you're looking at making $500 a month, you could end up having to pay a lot more than you actually make. Or even worse, something that happened to me could happen to you. What happened to me was that there's at least two different links that can be used to go to Maverick using your account. And unfortunately, AdWords wouldn't accept my ClickBank link. So I had to change it and there was another link there. I just thought, well, it has my name, it has Maverick's name. I thought it would be fine. So I used this link, and of course it went to Maverick. And Maverick, in 2 days, I had a very good campaign. 2 days, Maverick got 572 of my customers click links. And I didn't get any credit for it because the link went straight to Maverick and it didn't go through ClickBank. And Maverick knows about this, and he's not really willing to make any compensation for it to date. I've emailed him several times. He hasn't actually directly responded. He's had some people helping him that have been responded to me a couple times. So I think it's very dangerous. I think that you should be careful. Be sure you get your hop links correct. The hop link, of course, is that link that uses your name, and it links the person that you're advertising to the person who is selling the product. And if you put the wrong hop link in, you won't get any credit. And unfortunately, some people just aren't real honest. Even though Mac and Maverick, it must be aware of those hop links are mine because they have my name on it. He's not going to give me any credit for them because it didn't go through ClickBank. He feels free to do that. So be careful. There might be better ways to make money. It's not anything near what he promises it is. But he does have a good education process. I think there's a lot of good things there. He has some good instruction on how to build websites and things. So just be cautious. If you're going to spend a lot of money, give Mac and Maverick $97 a month. Don't let it cost you hundreds or thousands of dollars more that you're not planning on spending. Be cautious. Be cautious out there.